Good morning, happy Sunday. So it's been a while that I've been on a Sunday. And on Sundays, I typically like to think about summing it up. And I said to myself this morning as I was kind of working my shoulder out, do I want to do a video today? And I said, you know what? It is a perfect day to sum it up for myself. And it's a good place to start because for me, last 3 months plus now, I've been dealing with chronic pain. I have 3 herniated discs in my neck. It's caused just massive pain right down to my fingertips. And so the last few weeks I've been doing the whole swirl of doctors and procedures and scans and x-rays. And I've also been trying to throw everything at this that I could possibly try, know, or do. And so, I speak to my friends and my clients about simple ways to get out of pain, right? And that way we could stay away from medication. We could try to stay away from surgeries. If they happen, they have to be, right? I mean, I still am looking at that avenue because I can't be in level 8 pain. I used to be in 10. But pain makes you realize so many things, And part of my eating cleaner, intermittent fasting, low resistance workouts, and self-care, somehow pain just went, oh no, I'm here. And it made me have to put some pieces together through a fog, at times too, because when you're at level 10 pain, it's hard to get out of bed sometimes. But going and getting ice or stretching more or knowing that the massage roller is going to help you, right? I'm going to go through just a few things that I thought would be a helpful reminder. Things that have been sitting around my room, around my house. Oh, the only thing I don't have is a ball chair, but I'll talk about that. That I've tried for my lower back or for my neck and shoulder in the past. Did have a back problem. And I don't piss it off anymore. I lost 50 pounds and I keep maintaining it, and I know what triggers it, so I don't rake or I don't do things that are going to start that. Running, cycling, certain things will trigger it right away. I like to get back to kickboxing, or I'd like to get back to pole dancing, but those things I know are going to, kind of mess with it. So right now, those are things I don't want to touch. I just want to leave them alone while I'm going through the other. This little gadget, now I can't use it right now because when I did, it actually hurt it more. But this little gadget, what you do is for all the people who sit in front of computers all day like this, or in front of their phones like this, or me, every time I do that, it feels painful. This keeps you upright. So when you're sitting at the computer, you can sit with your shoulders back. And it's literally just adjusts around you. It's a really great little $20 thing that I got. Now, when I get out of it, I'll be surely to use it. This little gadget has gotten many laughs out of my kids. I took this down to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, and I actually wore it on the plane. My kids laughed at me too, but you really couldn't even tell it was a pillow. Between the mask and the hood and I didn't even care. But you pump this thing up, literally, right? So you put it on your head and you pump it up, and it lifts your head. Now, I was given this by a doctor. I know that I've seen them on the internet everywhere. And they have other different devices that I keep seeing and be told and told about, even just laying on, and it'll keep pulling and pushing. So there's always something is my point, right? I think there's always something. I'm just showing you some of the things you can wrap around you, right? Then I'm going to show you a little bit of stretching and what you should be doing every day. If you're in pain, you should stretch every day. If you're not stretching every day, then you're not even doing the smallest thing for yourself. All right, another really small, inexpensive, nothing thing. I think it's still, I found this little ice pack, no joke, at a thrift store because it still has the impression of $2.99 on here. But I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I've ever seen one of these little buggers. And it was like, and I think it was a $50 a day or whatever. This thing, I fall asleep with this. And I keep telling my friends and clients that ice is super important. Who the hell wants to put ice on you when you're cold? But as I keep using it, I keep feeling like it's helping or it's putting fire out. Why not? Of course, there's all these types of sprays. I could have brought a whole armful of stuff that I've trying, but I find Biofreeze to be something that I just go, all right, for a minute, I can get out of it. And my girlfriend and accountability partner mentioned to me about magnesium. I have to do more research, but I have to say when I spray it, there is this, I feel it, you know, and there is a calmness to the muscle and all that. So there's sprays, there's braces, food, the food you're eating, right? I mean, if you're eating crap, your body's gonna feel like crap. So if you're in pain, you're just putting crap on pain. And that kind of doesn't make any sense in the real world, right? Think about it, right? Even though it says natural or whatever, and we know, right, what's processed or what's real, like what comes from the ground, what comes in a box, you know? And so for myself, you know, when you're in pain, the last thing you want to do is like eat a salad, right? It's harder sometimes. I found in the last 3 months, I've lost muscle and I've lost body weight. I've never been this weight before, and that's not out of wanting to be, that's because I'm just not eating as much as I should be. So you know, eating good food is super crazy important. So now, like, I am pushing myself to make my favorite shake, which is organic banana, peanut butter, coconut cream, and cacao, ice and water, twice a day, just because it's a treat, it's good for me, and I should be. And then the other thing I did is I took a test, and you know, this did cost me some money, but if you think about it, how many co-pays or the next thing that I go to try and do, if you do believe the food is medicine, then certain foods you eat are going to cause more inflammation. And so yours is going to be different than mine, even though there's so many powders and crap out there that say, hey, take this, it's great for your inflammation. You don't know that, right? And I'm not saying I know that this test is 100% either, but for me, the items on here, walnuts, pecans, cashews, cauliflower, barley, these things that I find I'm staying away from. It's been about 2 weeks, and I do feel a little bit better. I have lymph nodes that were super swollen, and I was getting checked out, and those have come down. It's not, you know, it's not all this crazy in my body. So again, you know, am I going to stay away from the tomato or basil forever? No. You know, but a certain amount of time, just like when I went plant-based or when I understood intermittent fasting works, you know it works. So maybe then you try it again and see if it affects you the same way. So I don't know that yet, but that's a whole different thing. And then very recently, I mean, I have not been a supplement person, although I should be. And there is certain things that I just feel that I should have. And I'm not telling you which supplements to get because I don't believe that it's my job to tell you that. I'll tell you what I use or I'm trying, and And I'm not even going to tell you some of it because I'm just trying it for myself. But like simple vitamin C, super, and you don't get the CVS version. Like, look at it. See if there's an organic. See if you can find one inexpensive. It's better for you. It has less shit in it. If you are a plant-baser, B12 has to be. I've been playing around with 2 different types. One of the things that I absolutely think you should have, because when COVID kind of hit, I went to my natural food store, and I kind of grew up hanging out, like going there and being like, I got this thing going on. What do you suggest? And naturally, I would try other things that were real food or natural, right? Cinnamon or oregano. And oil of oregano is a natural antibiotic. It's so strong that it actually tells you not to use it more than 2 weeks. But, it's instead of another medication, So my son has asthma symptoms at times. When I hear it or see it, he'll start to take that. It clears it up. For me, when I'm not feeling run down, I feel like, it helps me. But that's for me, and that's my suggestion to you. Other things that I have tried. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with biomat. I was lucky enough that I was trying acupuncture, and my friend and acupuncturist, that's a biomat, by the way, pushing it off my leg, and it's based on infrared and negative ions, and laying on it, it's warm. It has, different functions. It's something, again, that I've always heard about. I got a great deal on it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I haven't used it in a while, but I did pull it out to show you because I've been using more ice than anything at the moment. Then, I wanted to show you stretching and the vibration plate. I figured I'll throw everything in here. But before I do that, I wanted to mention what I'm doing for myself in May, because I need it. When you're in pain, for myself, your whole routine changes, right? You wake up, and I'm not singing my theme song, dancing and stretching as easily. I'm putting ice on my back first. And then I'm trying to do something else, and then something else. So to get back to better habits, to building blocks, to waking up in the morning and starting your day in the right direction, right? To me, that is the super crazy, most important, really, in part, because if you don't have it in your head that you are going to fast today and you know what you're doing, and you've had a little time for yourself, maybe to stretch or write in a journal or read something new or learn something, then the rest of the day you're just going to be running from one thing to another. You're not in charge of it. So to be in charge of it, you got to wake up a little early, and you have to kind of walk away from your phone, a digital detox at times. You have to start drinking more water, getting back in the habit and realizing that water is, your lifeline, really. I mean, we're so made of water that's just, an important piece that I forget all the time. When you have some cramps or pain or your muscle, they say you're often dehydrated. And I could admit, my kitten started drinking my water that was on the night table, which I was like, dude. So I never drank my water this morning. And the fourth one that, like, in this 30-day challenge, that I am going to be running in May for myself. I'm going to be putting it more on to keep myself accountable, but also to show people what it's about, because you could join it too. The 4 building blocks: pulling away from, digital detox, waking up early, drinking more water, and having a theme song, a dance, affirmation, something that gets you going in the morning. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It just has to be a poem or a song that just starts your day. And you know, those things kind of come from a book called The Miracle Morning. I'll post it too. He is an amazing author who also just, I believe, just put it on YouTube, the entire book, so it's free. So when my, you know, friends and clients were like, oh, I don't have Audibles, I'm like, it's free on YouTube. You can listen to it, you know, and it's all about having this time in the morning to do these things. Of course, that has not been my time, but I'm getting back to it. So that is something that I'm going to be working on for myself. And let me show you. This stuff and my coffee. All right, so first, let's just put on the vibration plate. This has been really just a place to stretch and make myself move. You can find these. The whole idea is it's moving your blood, your muscles, like just standing here changes. You know, if you were to work out on here, it intensifies it. But just standing on here, there's a huge load of benefits to it. And I feel that doing this in a 30-day consistent timing has helped me. So it's something that I'm always going to do. And, you know, just standing on here, even I usually have my earbuds on, you know, super loud with this music playlist that I enjoy. And I just stretch, you know, and it gets me here. It's interesting, a lot of my clients and friends who get them, they will use them during a workout on Zoom, and but they'll also tell me that like their husbands or, you know, use it, or the kids are always on it, and it's just a way for a deeper stretch. It's supposed to be very good for your skin. And then I come down. Now, I have not been able to do this stuff, so I am very thankful that I can get back. Even getting back to the videos has been a little tough for me. So, I wanted to show you a little bit with that, and I also wanted to show you the rollers. Just drag this back. Roll it. So, I had mentioned this one before. This one has been my absolute favorite right now because my issue is in my shoulder blade. So, laying back on it and running it right up my spine. I mean, the investment in these pieces of plastic, and I would suggest making sure that it's a rubbery plastic, because sometimes they come in very hard and they're not comfortable. The other thing you can do is throw on a hoodie, right? A thick hoodie until you're comfortable with it. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the picture and I'm not. This way. Anyway. So, you can put it onto your neck. My neck doesn't like this so much, but it did used to like this. And bringing it from side to side and just stretch, even coming up on your neck. Sitting on it, right? If you have, so many people that I work with have hip issues, they're all sitting, oh, I'm not in the picture. Sitting in front of computers and all that, you know, it's just sitting on it, leaning on it, you know. All right, and then, this used to be my favorite. These are called rumble rollers. This one still has the the label on it. This one has been worn off because I use them all the time. And the small one is great to travel with. Again, it's another massaging tool that you are in charge of, that all you have to do is make time for yourself to do. And if you're in pain, you should absolutely start stretching. So, and a lot of people that are in my world are in pain. And so, you know, it's a good reminder to use these things. Let's see, roll it out. Oh, shoulders, let's show. I'll do it this way. For me, I lean in it. Ooh, because that's a small one. And then just leaning up on it. Yep, these are my new exercises, my new stretches. At least I can do them without as much pain. And so I just wanted to show you kind of my new little gems and toys and things that have been, oh, and I forgot to also mention, traction. It was suggested to me that before surgery to try to lift, and it was the same idea as that pumping machine or pumping thing, lift it. Hey, I just lost everyone. So that's what I would suggest to everyone. I'm looking forward to a good week because I am hoping and I believe that this shoulder waking up today was even better than yesterday. And so that 1% better, and just keep it going and push forward. I believe I might be out of the big woods of my shoulder, but continuing to just do everything I could possibly do to keep getting myself out of pain. Because I'm not about to just be okay with it, and I don't think anybody should be. So that's why I share. So I hope that you have a great Sunday, and I will chat with you tomorrow. Bye.